Hello everyone, welcome to my next tutorial. Today I've got another project for you. It is pinewheel doily. This doily measures about 16 inches. It's quite easy pattern to do, so I think it will be good for beginners as well. For this tutorial I will use crochet hook size 1.75 millimeters and crochet thread size 10. This is actually really essential for crochet hook size 1.75 to 2 millimeters. Our work, we need to start working by making slip knot and then chain of 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7. Into the first chain we will work slip stitch, and now we've got a ring. Now we need to start by making chain of 5, chain of 3 as a first double crochet, then chain of 2 as a chain 2 space, double crochet into the ring. Now chain of 2 and again double crochet into the ring, chain of 2, then double crochet into the ring. Now we need to repeat this pattern until we will have 8 double crochets and 8 chain 2 spaces. So we need to remember that first chain of 3 is a count as a first double crochet. So at the moment I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, chain of 2, then 8, and at the end we need to make the last chain of 2 and slip stitch into the third chain 1, 2 and 3, so into the top of our first double crochet. Now round number 2, we need to start by making chain of 3 as a first double crochet, then double crochet into the same stitch. So at the beginning into the first stitch we've done 2 double crochets. Now chain of 3 into the second double crochet we need to make 3 double crochets again. So 1 and 2. Chain of 3 into the next double crochet, 2 double crochets, 1 and 2, chain of 3, and again into the next double crochet we need to work 2 double crochets, 1 and 2, chain of 3 into the next double crochet, 2 double crochets. So we need to repeat this pattern all the way around. In each double crochet from the previous round we need to work 2 double crochets, and after the second one chain of 3. So we should have 16 double crochets and 8 chain 3 spaces. Now round 3. We need to work slip stitch into the second stitch, then into the first and second chain stitch. So now we are exactly in the center of our first chain space. Chain 1 as a single crochet, then chain of 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7. Single crochet into the second chain space, chain of 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7. Single crochet into the next chain space, chain of 7. 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7, and again single crochet into the next chain space. So now we need to repeat this pattern all the way around. Chain of 7, then single crochet in each chain space. At the end of our round, we need to work the last chain of 7 and slip stitch into the first chain, so into the first single crochet. Now slip stitch into the chain space, into the first chain 7 space, chain of 3 as a first double crochet, then into the same chain space we will work another 4 double crochets. 1, 2, 3 and 4. So into the first chain space we've done 5 double crochets. Chain 3 as the first one, then next 4. Now chain of 3, we are going into the next chain of 7 and we will work 5 double crochets again. 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Chain of 3. Into the next loop another 5 double crochets. 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Chain of 3. So now again we need to repeat our pattern all the way around. In each chain 7 space 5 double crochets and then chain of 3. At the end of our round we need to work the last chain of 3 and slip stitch into the third chain, so into the top of first double crochet. Now round number 5, we need to start by making chain of 3 as a first double crochet, then 1 double crochet into the next 2 stitches, 1 and 2. So we've done 3 double crochets. Now we need to skip the next 2 stitches, chain of 3, 4 double crochets into the chain 3 space, 1, 2, 3 and 4. 1 double crochet into the next 3 stitches, 1, 2 and 3. Then chain of 3, we need to skip the last 2 stitches and 4 double crochets into the chain 3 space, 1, 2, 3 and 4. Then 1 double crochet into the next 3 stitches, 1, 2 and 3, and again chain of 3, we need to skip the last 2 stitches and 4 double crochets into the chain 3 space. Then we need to work 1 double crochet into the next 3 stitches, chain of 3, skip the next 2 and repeat this pattern all the way around. Now at the end of our round we need to work the last 4 double crochets into the last chain space and then slip stitch into the third chain, so into the top of double crochets. So now as you can see we've got 7 double crochets, and then we need to start next round. So round number 6, we will start by making chain of 6. So this is the first double crochet, chain of 3 and then chain 3 space. We need to skip first 2 double crochets and now we will work another 4 double crochets into the loop. 1, 2, 3 and 4. Now 1 double crochet into the next 5 stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Now again we need to skip the last 2 double crochets, chain of 3, 4 double crochets into the chain free space. 1, 2, 3 and 4. 1 double crochet into the next 5 stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. And then again we need to skip the last 2 stitches, chain of 3, 4 double crochets into the chain free space, then 1 double crochet into the next 5 stitches, and then we need to repeat this pattern all the way around. And now again at the end, after the last double crochet, we should make slip stitch into the third chain, so we still got chain free space. And now round number 7, we need to start by making slip stitch into the chain free space, chain of 3 as a first double crochet, then into the same loop we will work another 3 double crochets. 1, 2 and 3. Now 1 double crochet into the next 7 stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7. The last 2 double crochets we need to skip, then chain of 3, 4 double crochets into the chain space. 1, 2, 3 and 4, then 1 double crochet into the next 7 stitches. So basically the pattern is exactly the same as on the previous rounds. We need to skip the last 2 double crochets, we need to work chain of 3 and then 4 double crochets into the chain free space from the previous round. So now we need to make 2 more double crochets than on the previous round. In each round we need to skip 2 double crochets, but we are adding another 4 into the chain space, so that's why we've got 2 more double crochets on each row, on each round. And now again we've got round 8, but at the end of round 7 we need to work chain of 3 and slip stitch into the third chain. Now chain of 3 again, then 1 double crochet into the next 8 stitches, so we will have 9 double crochets at the beginning of this round. I've got 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 and 9. And again now we need to skip the last 2 stitches, chain of 3, then 4 double crochets into the chain space. 1, 2, 3 and 4. 1 double crochet into the next 2, 4, 6, 8, 9 stitches. 1, 2, 3 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 and 9. Chain of 3, 4 double crochets into the chain space, and then again 1 double crochet into the next 9 stitches. So now we need to repeat this pattern all the way around again. At the end of our run we need to work 4 double crochets into the chain space and then slip stitch into the third chain. Now run number 9, we need to start by making chain of 3 as a first double crochet, then 1 double crochet into the next 6 stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6, and again chain of 3, 4 double crochets into the chain free space, so we need to skip the last 2 double crochets. 1, 2, 3 and 4, and then 1 double crochet into the next 11 stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 and 11. So now again chain of 3, 4 double crochets into the chain free space, and then 1 double crochet into the next 11 stitches, and then we need to skip the last 2 and repeat our pattern all the way around. At the end of my round I've done 4 double crochets into the chain free space, then next 4 double crochets, 1 in each stitch, slip stitch into the top of chain 3. Now round number 10 we need to start by making chain of 3, then 1 double crochet into the next 4 stitches. 1, 2, 3 and 4. The last 2 stitches we need to skip, then we need to make chain of 3, 1 double crochet into the chain free space, chain of 3, then 1 double crochet into the next 13 stitches. So from the beginning, from the first stitch, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 and 13. So now again we've got the last 2 stitches, we need to skip them, chain of 3, double crochet into the chain free space, chain of 3 and 1 double crochet into the next 13 stitches. So we have to repeat what we've done just here. And at the end of our round we need to work chain 3 double crochet into the chain space, then 1 double crochet in each stitch. So we've got 2, 4, 6, 8 stitches. As I said, at the end of my round I've done 8 double crochets, then slip stitch into the top of chain 3. Now we need to fasten off and cut the yarn, and we need to go back to the first double crochet. So just after the second chain of 3 we need to join our yarn into the first stitch. So I will make little knot, so I've joined. Now chain of 3 as a first double crochet, so this is round number 11. Now into the next 10 stitches we need to work 1 double crochet. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 and 10. So we should have 11 stitches, chain 3 as a first double crochet, then 10 double crochets, and the last 2 double crochets left. Now chain of 4, 1, 2, 3 and 4, single crochet into the loop, so now we've got longer chain, then single crochet into double crochet and single crochet into the next loop, chain of 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1 double crochet into the next 11 stitches, so exactly the same as at the beginning. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 and 11, and again chain of 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. We need to skip the last 2 stitches, single crochet into the chain 3, then into the double crochet and into the chain of 3, chain of 4, 1, 2, 3 and 4, and we need to repeat again 1 double crochet into the next 11 stitches, then chain of 4 into the loop, then chain of 4 single crochet into the loop, into the double crochet and into the next loop. Now we've got round 12. So at the end I've done the last chain of 4 and slip stitch into the top of chain 3. Now we need to start with the chain 3 and then 1 double crochet into the next 8 stitches. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So now we've got 9 double crochets. The last 2 stitches we need to skip, and now chain of 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. 1 double crochet in each single crochet, So 1, 2 and 3, then chain of 6, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and again 1 double crochet into the next 9 double crochets from the previous round. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 and 9. The last 2 double crochets we need to skip. Now chain of 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1 double crochet into the next 3 single crochets from the previous round. 1, 2 and 3, then chain of 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and again we need to repeat 1 double crochet into the next 9 stitches. Round 13 we need to start by making chain of 3 as a first double crochet, then 1 double crochet into the next 6 stitches. So round 12 we just finished by making chain space and then slip stitch into the third chain, and now we've got chain of 3, double crochet into the next 6 stitches, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. Now chain of 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, double crochet into the loop, chain of 5 again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, single crochet into the second double crochet. So first one we need to skip into the second single crochet, chain of 5 again, double crochet into the loop, chain of 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and now we need to work 1 double crochet into the next 7 stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7, and again we need to repeat, we need to skip 2 double crochets, then chain of 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, double crochet into the loop, into the chain space, chain of 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, then single crochet into the second stitch, chain of 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, double crochet into the next chain space, chain of 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1 double crochet into the next 7 stitches, and then we need to repeat this pattern all the way around. Now round 14 we need to start by making chain of 3. So the last one round I'm just finished by making chain space and slip stitch into the top of chain 3. After the chain of 3 we need to work 1 double crochet into the next 4 stitches. 1, 2, 3 and 4. Now chain of 5, 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5, single crochet into the loop, into the first chain space, single crochet into the double crochet and single crochet into the next chain space, chain of 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now single crochet into the next loop, single crochet into the double crochet, and single crochet into the next loop. Chain of 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And now again we need to work 1 double crochet into the next 5 stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5, then chain of 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We need to skip the last 2 double crochets, single crochet into the first chain space, into the double crochet, and into the second chain space. Chain of 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, single crochet into the next loop, into the next double crochet, and then single crochet into the last loop. Chain of 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and again 1 double crochet into the next 5 stitches. And now we need to repeat this pattern all the way around. Round 15, we need to start by making chain of 3 as a first double crochet, then 1 double crochet into the next 2 stitches. 1 and 2. Chain of 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. We need to skip the next 2 stitches, then 1 double crochet into the next 3 single crochets from the previous round. So 1, 2 and 3. Chain of 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, single crochet into the chain 6 space, chain of 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1 double crochet into the next 3 single crochets. 1, 2 and 3. Chain of 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1 double crochet into the next 3 stitches. So from now we need to repeat what we've done from the beginning. Now chain of 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, double crochet into the next 3 stitches, then chain of 5, single crochet into the chain 6 space, chain of 5, 1 double crochet into the next 3 single crochets. So now we need to repeat this pattern all the way around. Round 16, we need to start by making chain of 2 instead of chain of 3, because now I would like to make 2 double crochets together, and then we need to yarn over, put our crochet hook into the second stitch, then grab the yarn, work through first 2 loops and through next 2 loops. So now I've got 2 double crochets together. Now chain of 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We need to skip the third double crochet, single crochet into the chain space. Chain of 5 again, 3, 4, 5, then single crochet into the second double crochet. So first one we need to skip into the second double crochet. Chain of 5, 3, 4 and 5, single crochet into the chain space, then chain of 5, 3, 4, 5, single crochet into the next chain space, chain of 5, 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5, single crochet into the second, so again we need to skip first one, chain of 5, 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5, single crochet into the next chain space, then chain of 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, And from now we need to repeat what we've done at the beginning. We need to work 2 double crochets together, so I will make first part of the double crochet into the first stitch. We need to yarn over, put our crochet hook into the first stitch, grab the yarn, then work through first 2 loops. The last loop needs to stay on the hook. Again, yarn over, put your crochet hook into the second stitch, grab the yarn, and then work through next 2 loops. Now we've got 3 loops on the hook, we can finish the stitch. So we've got 2 double crochets together again. Now again, chain of 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We need to skip third stitch and then single crochet into the first chain space, chain of 5, 3, 4, 5, single crochet into the second double crochet. And now we need to repeat our pattern from the beginning all the way around. I am at the end round 16, and now instead of making the last chain of 5, we need to work chain of 2 and then double crochet into the top of 2 double crochets together. So we need to find that big loop onto the top and we will work double crochet. So by working this way, we are exactly in the center of chain space. And now we will start round number 17. Chain of 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, then single crochet into the first loop, chain of 6, 3, 4, 5, 6, single crochet into the next loop, chain of 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, single crochet into the next loop, and again chain of 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and single crochet into the next loop. So now basically we need to repeat this pattern all the way around by making chain of 6 and single crochet in each loop. And now at the end of our round we need to work chain of 3 and then double crochet into the first stitch where we've done double crochet on the previous round. So now again we are in the center of our chain space. So now round number 18, 19 and 20 we need to work exactly in the same way. So we need to start by making chain of 6, then single crochet into the next chain space, and again chain of 6 and single crochet into the next chain space all the way around. At the end again we need to work chain of 3 and double crochet into the same stitch as we've done double crochet on the previous round. So as I said, now we've got round 18, then 19 and 20 we need to work in the same way. At the end of my round 20 I've done chain of 6 and slip stitch into the double crochet from the previous round. So we are not making chain of 3 and double crochet, just chain of 6. Round 21 we need to work slip stitch into the chain space, chain of 3 as a first double crochet, then 2 more double crochets into the same chain space as the first one, then chain of 3, 1, 2, 3, into the next chain space another 3 double crochets, 1, 2 and 3. Now chain of 3 into the next chain space, again 3 double crochets, 1, 2 and 3, chain of 3 into the next 3 stitches, into the next chain space 3 double crochets, 1, 2 and 3. So now we need to repeat this pattern all the way around. In each chain space we will work 3 double crochets, then chain of 3. Now we've got round 22. So after as we've done the last chain of 3 and slip stitch into the top of chain 3, we will work chain 1 as a first single crochet, then 1 single crochet into the next 2 stitches. So 1 and 2. Our round we just started by working 3 single crochets, chain of 4, 3 and 4, then 1 single crochet in each stitch. 1, 2 and 3. Chain of 4 again, 1, 2, 3 and 4, and then 1 single crochet into the next 3 stitches. 1, 2 and 3. Chain of 4 again, 1, 2, 3 and 4, and 1 single crochet into the next 3 stitches. So now we need to repeat this pattern all the way around. Now round 23. After as we've done the last chain space and slip stitch into the first chain, so into the first single crochet, now we will work slip stitch into the second single crochet, chain 1 as a single crochet, then chain of 3. Now into the chain space from the previous round we will work 3 double crochets, 1, 2 and 3, then chain of 3 and single crochet into the second single crochet, so 1 and 2. Chain of 3 again, into the next chain space 3 double crochets, 1, 2 and 3, then chain of 3, single crochet into the second single crochet, and again chain of 3, double crochet into the next 3 double crochets into the next chain space, 2 and 3. Now chain of 3, 1, 2, 3, single crochet into the second single crochet. So now again we need to repeat this pattern all the way around. In each chain space 3 double crochets, then chain of 3, single crochet into the second one, then chain of 3 and again. Now round 24. So at the end I've done slip stitch into my first chain, so into the first single crochet, and now we need to work slip stitch into the next 3 chain stitches. 1, 2 and 3. Then into the next 3 double crochets we need to work 1 single crochet, 1, 2 and 3. Now chain of 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. Then we are going into the next 3 double crochets and we will work 1 single crochet, 1, 2 and 3. Then chain of 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and again into the next 3 stitches 1 single crochet. So now we need to repeat this pattern all the way around. In each double crochet we need to work 1 single crochet, then chain of 6. Now we've got the last one round 25, and after as we've done slip stitch into the first single crochet, now into the second one, into the center 1 single crochet. So our round we will start with single crochet, then chain of 5, 3, 4, 5. Into the chain space we will work 2 double crochets together. So we need to work first part of the double crochet, the last loop need to stay on the hook, and again yarn over, put your crochet hook into the chain space, work through first 2 loops. Now we've got 3 loops on the hook, and we can work through 3 loops. So now we've got 2 double crochets together, and we need to make chain of 3, then slip stitch just into the top of cluster, so just under the chain stitch, slip stitch. So we've done picot. Now chain of 5 again, 3, 4, 5, and single crochet into the second stitch. And now we need to repeat chain of 5, 3, 4, 5, 2 double crochets together into the next chain space. So yarn over, put your crochet hook into the chain space, work through first 2 loops, the last loop need to stay, then yarn over again, put your crochet hook into the same loop, work through first 2 loops, and again we've got 3 loops on the hook. Now we can finish the stitch, chain of 3, slip stitch into the top of 2 double crochets together. So we've got another picot. Now chain of 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and single crochet into the second single crochet. So first one and the last one we need to skip. And now we need to repeat this pattern all the way around. So in each chain space we will work 2 double crochets together and picot on the top, and then chain of 5 before or after, as here, and single crochet into the second stitch. At the end of our round we need to work slip stitch into the first single crochet, then we can fasten off and cut the yarn. Now our doily is finished. So thank you for staying with me to the end of this tutorial. If you like my project, just put your thumbs up. If you would like to see more projects like this, just let me know in the comments below the tutorial, and see you next time.